Alright, we're almost up to the mine now, and unfortunately the light's terrible, but it should be good enough that you can see that it has an absolutely massive waste rock pile in front of it. That's all waste rock and it extends up the hill too. So we may be in this mine a while if it's open. We've gotten up to those ruins you could see in the distance, and fair to say they're pretty impressive. There's all kinds of equipment still here. It's not easy to get here, so that has meant that lots of things haven't been walked off by people looking for stuff to put in their front yard. Standing in what must be the remains of a workshop here based on the equipment you can see here. I'm out with Mines of the West today. That's him talking in the background. That's not a ghost. Yeah, it's just, I'm having a hard time taking everything in. There's so much stuff here. Check out this huge motor right here. You see the exhaust pipes going up there. And then it has pipes and hoses and all kinds of stuff running off in all directions. It says GM Diesel Power and Harrison Radiator Division, General Motors Corporation, Lockport, Nevada. Of course, you guys can read too. There's another view of it. And then, of course, there's more back there. I haven't figured out how to get in there yet, but I will. And then, yeah, the big wheel underneath all that, all those boards and stuff there too. Okay, I was filming from there just a moment ago, and still next to this large engine here. I've made it back to these wheels here, and there's a couple cool things about this. The first is that the belt is still attached to it, and the second is that it leads to this massive wheel right here. That is absolutely enormous. Here's a closer look at it. And again, the belt still attached, running down to there. And it looks like there's a compressor tank right there, and maybe another one over there. I'll go check in a minute. And there's the tank directly behind me here. One more vantage point on that huge wheel. There's a manufacturer stamp here. I can't make out the first letters, but it says something Pneumatic Tool Company. And then somebody named Monk wrote their name on this concrete down there a long time ago. Pretty impressive. And there's another huge compressor tank right there. That extends all the way up to there. That's enormous. And then right here, there's a huge Caterpillar engine. Here's a fresh look at that engine from the other side. And it's actually wheeled, which is pretty cool. It's got these metal wheels. You can see they're in the back too. Maybe you can't see that as clearly, but trust me, they're there. And this still has belts too. That's really cool. I'm amazed how intact the equipment here is. I'm not used to seeing that, to be sure. Here's a look from the backside now, and you can see the firing order here. I know that's of interest to some people out there. Another angle. Okay, I'm headed up to check out the ad in just a second, but I had to point out this gearing right here. You can see it says run, half, start, which is interesting. And then down here, they've got more details on the unit number and such. Horsepower. Interesting stuff. It's not often that you see something like that. Alright, I am up above those buildings we were just checking out down there. And you can see those two hoppers right there. And a very full ore bin there. You can see the track is running from over there through here out onto the ore bin there, and then obviously they would dump the ore and it would work its way down through the facilities there. And there's actually another adit up there too. Alright, there's another look down to where we were, just to give you your bearings. And the rail is here, and it wraps around to the adit right there. So let's go check it out. Okay, I'm just inside the portal here, and this one looks like it goes for a long way. Goes as far as my light will go. See some old ventilation pipe here on the front, obviously the rail. These shelves here, and a little pocket right here, probably for storing tools and equipment. And also here, and some hose down here, and this board with all these nails in it here. And I've got two pipes here running off into the distance. Presumably one for air, one for water. Just a guess. Alright, let's see where this bad boy goes. Some ventilation tubing on the right here. See the ties where the rails were. There's some rail right there on the left. Interesting rocks in here. And well, we got a bunch of bats right there. That's cool. I don't want to disturb them, so I'm just going to go right on by. There's a little pocket right here, and past the bats. Looks like there's some natural cavities here. See up there? That's that looks natural. Pretty iron-rich looking environment here. Some bats flying around. And, alright, I got some interesting stuff going on here. There's a chamber right there. Looks like a stope up there. It's carved out a bit overhead. There's another stope in front of us here. Again, some of that looks natural. The adit keeps running that way. It looks like there's a bunch of debris down in the adit. There's something running off this way, and there's looks like a stope running off that way, and then there's a little decline here running down to that chamber there. See the rail going down. So, God, I don't know where to start. That's looking straight ahead again, and some kind of platform here. I'm gonna just run up and check that debris pile there. I might keep going and hit these stopes on the way back, depending how it looks, or I might hit them now, depending how it looks. Very iron-rich material here. Ooh, look at that quartz. Iron and quartz, you guys know what that means. They must have had a pretty good vein here, given how much material we saw outside. It runs all through here. Okay, looks like the adit keeps going. Maybe not, maybe. Okay. Looks like that may be as far as we can go there. And then here, that's full of rubble too. Looks like a lot of stuff is sloughed off from the top of the adit here, which makes me not want to hang out here for too long. I am gonna, I think I was gonna go down there first, but that looks so nasty. I don't feel like doing that. I'm gonna put that off as long as I can. And I'm gonna slide down and check out this section running off to the left right now. Really rotted wood down here. That's wood. And got some graffiti here. And the bats are not going any farther, so you know what, guys? I think we may not be able to go any farther. See some timbers stored here and here. And how is that looking up there? That looks like a huge stope chamber, actually. I'm going to turn the camera off and scramble up there, and I'll rejoin you when I get up top. I was just down there a moment ago, and I've come up far enough to see what's going on here. And this is fairly sketchy. This whole chamber here was created by this all this rock collapsing down and opening up that space. I went up and looked, and it doesn't go anywhere around the sides. This is all excuse me, this was all created from this rock caving from up there. So mine's a little sketchier than I'm used to for hard rock mine. Alright, that's the drift we just came from. And now I've got this one on the right to check out. I'm almost certain that didn't go anywhere, but I'm just going to double check to be sure. Toss this Budweiser can up here just to show you guys. Old school Budweiser can here. And let's just drop down here real quick. Well, it looks like I might have spoken too soon. I just assumed this was a collapse, but instead it's a raise that runs up there. And I think I can get up that. I'm going to give it a shot. See the hose running up there. I'm going to turn the camera off and get as far as I can and rejoin you up there. That's where I was filming from a moment ago, and I came up here and checked things out. It's a stope. It runs up there and runs over there. There's some pretty good quartz up here. There's a sample right there in front, and also there's some on the side there. I went up there, but I could not. I need both hands, one for the flashlight, one for the camera, and I could not balance up there with not having at least one hand available. So I'm down here. I'm just telling you that it doesn't go nowhere. It just loops around and a couple chambers, and that's it. That's the area we were just checking out, and I'm back at that multi-way junction. My exploring buddy's right there, and I've got all these sections here. Now I actually am going to go to the right, and there's something running off that way. I don't feel like crawling yet though, so I'm going to try scrambling up first and seeing what's up there. So I'm going to rejoin you up there. I just came from down there, and let's see where this goes to the right first. there's a pillar right there, and there's a lot of quartz in here. That's all quartz through there. It doesn't go any farther back than that. Runs all through here. Another pillar there. And obviously that chamber, that lower chamber that I didn't feel like going into, is this one here. So that's good because it spares me the hassle of scrambling down there. I'm somewhat surprised by how primitive some of the mining was, or activity was back here. It's almost like they hammered out with picks and such rather than you know, having chutes and all the normal stuff we're used to seeing, especially in a mine of this size. Alright, I was just filming from over there, and again, that's where I came in from, and now I want to check out this section on the left that runs up here. Alright, I just squeezed in from that opening there, and there's all kinds of little chambers and pockets up here. Looked in some of them and none of them seem to go anywhere. Some interesting mineralization here. Obviously they're after the quartz and the iron. There's a few little pieces of wood here. And some more quartz. And then it runs up there into some more chambers. You can see the end of it right there. And there's a couple going off to the left. But no artifacts, no infrastructure. Just a bunch of chaotic chambers like this. So just slid down from there. And of course we look down out of that area there. So we don't need to go down there. And this area up here ties into that area we just explored, so we're okay not going up there. And that leaves us with the stuff on this side. And I think I will start here. Looks like a can full of grease for greasing the rails, probably. Not sure what this was. Interesting little natural bridge right there. And again, more chambers. That probably connects somewhere to the area we just explored. And yeah, it does. Right there. And then, I don't know if this goes anywhere. Got some rail in front of us here. Right there. Looks like this might run a little ways. Another chamber up there. More of the same. See that quartz up there. Keeps going this way. There's actually still rail down there. And another large chamber above us here. Goes up for a ways. And is this the end? This is the end. No, maybe it's not. It runs up into more chambers here. And it just stops there. And that one here doesn't go anywhere at all. And then, as I was coming in, on the right, there is another chamber up above here. All pretty much exactly the same. So let's head back and check out those last two sections. Just came from back there. Let's go check out this little one next. large tank right here, probably compressor tank. And I see light up there, so I think my exploring buddy is up there. Some pretty mangled equipment right here. I should say the remains of some. Looks like more of the same. Those chambers connect to those we just checked out. And this looks the same to me here too. Just drops down there and stops there. This is pretty sketchy since I'm on the top of all this material that's come down. That's just another chamber right there. I'll check that in a minute. And let's see. Alright, that one stops there. And that stops there. Little pocket down there. Actually, looks like this one keeps going. I'm gonna slide down there and take a closer look at that. I was just up there a moment ago and made my way down here, and I was right the first time. See the remains of a dynamite box right there. Anyway, I was right the first time. It just comes back here and stops. See a section of rail right there. And I don't know if that's backfill or what right there. Probably backfill. And that just ties into those other chambers that we were checking out. I was just up there checking out that section. And that leaves us with one last section. We'll just follow this rail down here. Don't get too excited, I've been warned. Ah, wow. I can see why I was advised to restrain my excitement. Just stops right there. And that just runs into the chamber where we just were. And that would appear to be it. The first adit we went through is down there, and I am up at adit number 2. You can see the infrastructure down there we checked out before, and again that huge waste rock pile. And unfortunately, this one is gated, so we will not be able to go inside this one today. However, doesn't look like we're missing too much. It runs straight back there and stops, and there's something running off that way, and there's a, sorry, as I was saying, there's something running off to the left too, but the waste rock pile is not very big. It doesn't look that different from what we saw up above, so again, I really don't think we're missing that much.